Happy 64th Independence Anniversary and welcome to another episode of the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. I'm your host, Gabriel Ojile. In one of our previous episodes, we talked about the initiative of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security aimed at developing a soil health card for the nation. The card will give information on soil assessment and recommendations that will equip farmers with knowledge of good agricultural practices for the soil to enhance productivity and soil nutrient sustainability. The initiative is gathering momentum as a sensitization and validation workshop was organized by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in collaboration with the German Agency for International Cooperation to get the buy-in of farmers and other key stakeholders in the 19 northern states. The program will tonight focus on the agricultural potentials of northern Nigeria and the expected impact the soil health card will make, while highlighting the discussions at the sensitization workshop. But before then, we have news from the diary of the ministry. Keep watching.
Every part of Nigeria has something to offer.
The program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. In our news segment, Minister of Agric and Food Security urges stakeholders to work harder to eradicate rabies, even as it holds a sensitization workshop for the northern region on the introduction of soil health card. These and other stories coming up shortly. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, recently received the Ginger Blight Control Task Force report and National Ginger Seed Roadmap to prevent ginger diseases and enhance production in Nigeria. The National Ginger Seed Roadmap captured the causes of ginger epidemic, other challenges of the ginger production in Nigeria, and recommendations to addressing the challenges. Reacting to the report, the Honorable Minister appreciated the members of the committee and assured the ginger farmers and other farmers of the federal government's commitment to support farmers and address the issues for food security, job, and wealth creation.
Time is of essence, and we still need to double up so that we meet up the next planting season, so that we don't have a repeat of what has happened. And we support our farmers, and I want to assure our ginger farmers and our farmers everywhere in Nigeria that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and its agencies are up and doing and trying to tackle some of the challenges that we face today, whether it is low access to farmlands, whether it's climate change, so that we do climate smart agriculture.
Speaking earlier, the chairman of the Ginger Blight Epidemic Control Task Force, Engineer Abdullahi Abubakar Garba, highlighted the recommendations of the task force to addressing the challenges.
Resolution that there is need to support farmers that incur losses as the means of their livelihood have been affected. The National Root Crop Research Institute should also carry out a comprehensive assessment and research on the causes of the ginger disease epidemic and make appropriate recommendation.
As the world marks the 2024 World Rabies Day, the Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, has called on stakeholders in agriculture, health, environment and related sectors to work harder to ensure prevention and possible eradication of rabies. The Minister of State made this appeal in the press briefing marking the 2024 World Rabies Day. World Rabies Day is marked on 28th September every year to create awareness about rabies.
We also want to
The minister stated that rabies is 100% preventable, but if left unchecked, can record a 100% fatality. Therefore, stakeholders have to work harder to reduce or eradicate the disease.
We wish to use this opportunity to call on all states in the country to rise up to the occasion and be ready and prepared to eliminate the menace of rabies from our country through coordinated mass vaccination of dogs and cats annually. Good political will mobilization, awareness creation, and effective risk communication. To celebrate and create awareness on rabies and promote health to keep the world safe, so together we can break rabies boundary.
Also speaking, the Chief Veterinary Officer of Nigeria and Director, Veterinary and Pest Control Department, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Kolumba Teru Vakuru, stated that the ministry has been working with other stakeholders to support vaccine production, vaccination, and awareness creation. The Chief Veterinary Officer of Nigeria called on the general public to vaccinate their dogs and cats to ensure public safety. He also highlighted the mode of transmission of the disease for public awareness.
The animal is loaded with the virus and is capable of transmitting this virus through the spit of saliva, scratches, and/or bites. And again, as mentioned by the Honorable Minister, when finally the animal strays out of the house, any moving object is an enemy. So the animal dishes out bites generously to anything that is moving, humans inclusive.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, in collaboration with German Agency for International Cooperation, has organized a sensitization and validation workshop on the introduction of a soil health card scheme. The workshop, which took place in Kano State, was organized for the 19 northern states.
Therefore,
while declaring the workshop open, the Minister of State, Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, who was represented by the Director, Agricultural Land and Climate Change Management Service, Oshidaya Olanikpekun, stated that the Soil Health Card is an initiative that will provide farmers with the necessary information about the nutrient of his or her soil, as well as recommendations on fertilizer and water management.
it is a game changer. It empowers farmers with vital information on soil health, guiding informed decisions on fertilizers, irrigation, and crop selection. The objectives of these workshops are to sensitize stakeholders on the soil health card benefits and implementation, validate the card's design and content, collect feedback for continuous improvement, and foster collaboration and ownership among stakeholders.
Speaking on the validation of the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card Scheme, the Agricultural Policy Advisor, German Agency for International Cooperation, Abiodun Hebuzo, encouraged northern farmers, commissioners of agriculture, and other stakeholders to lend their voices to the development of the soil health card to ensure that ideas advanced are harnessed for innovative and problem-solving soil health card for the nation.
Remember, all ideas are valuable. I am emphatic about this. All ideas are very, very valuable. Even the one that seems to not make sense to you, the originator of the idea. Open up, say it. That might be the innovation we are taking out from here.
Stakeholders' engagement is key in policy formulation and program implementation, as it gives room for inclusivity and robust innovative ideas. This underscores why the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, in collaboration with German Agency for International Cooperation, organized a sensitization workshop on the introduction of the Soil Health Card for the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. In our next segment, Records of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, we are focusing on the agricultural potentials of northern Nigeria and the impacts of the workshop in ensuring the success of the ongoing development of the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card Scheme. Sit back and watch.
Agriculture is the largest employer of labor in Nigeria. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, there are about 42.2 million agricultural households in Nigeria. The 19 northern states have a large percentage of this population engaged in both crop and livestock production. These states are Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, Gombe, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, Plateau, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, and Zamfara, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The crops predominantly produced in these states include rice, maize, sorghum, millet, soybean, sesame, potatoes, groundnut, ginger, wheat, among others. The region is also known for its large population that engage in livestock production. Some of the major constraints confronting agriculture in the region include desertification, traditional agricultural practices, lack of knowledge of soil fertility status, inadequate extension agents, high cost of inputs such as fertilizer, among others. To address some of these challenges, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, through its Department of Agricultural Land and Climate Change Management Service, in collaboration with German Agency for International Cooperation and other stakeholders, is developing the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card Scheme. And so, on the 24th and 25th of September 2024, the Ministry organized a stakeholders engagement workshop in Kano to sensitize and validate the introduction of the Soil Health Card Scheme to Nigerian agricultural system. The key stakeholders in these workshops include Commissioners of Agriculture from the 19 northern states, state chairpersons of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, state leaders of women in agriculture, professors in the field of soil science, other soil scientists, development partners, the media, among others.
Improved crop yield.
During the workshop, participants deliberated on various subject matters touching on the introduction of soil health, importance of soil health card, experiences of other countries with the soil health card and lessons learned, the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card and its operation. Stakeholders also discussed the implementation strategies, components of the soil health card, importance of soil information system, as well as the importance of soil health monitoring, among other things. The presentations offered an opportunity for farmers and other stakeholders to have better understanding of what the soil health card is all about and the impact it would have in the agricultural space.
So if you begin to talk about soil health card, then I wonder what that card stands for. I can understand the soil is sick, and then of course you're talking about card. I begin to look at it from this perspective. When you go to the hospital, they give you a card. And as a local farmer, I'm looking at it, probably that is what Rob is talking about.
While the third is what are the soil organic matters and how its role is in soil health card for productivity. And what are the components of the soil health cards?
When is the soil said to be healthy? In my own, I define it as a healthy soil as a soil that has good balance of air, water, and all species. One of the definitions nutrients can circulate. When is the soil said to be healthy? Why am I saying so? In my practice as a professor of crop production, I have seen crops grown in the worst soils, even with zero nitrogen. I will give you an example. Guinea corn, sorghum, African yam bean, millet, zero nitrogen, they grow. Are those soils healthy, Prof?
Answers to these questions buttressed the need for the sensitization workshop. According to the experts, Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card will provide a holistic assessment of farmland, soil test results, fertility status of the soil, type of crops to plant, type of fertilizer to use, and water management practice recommendations.
There are different components that depict how the soil functions when it comes to crop production. And if one or more of these functions is impeded, so we say there is an issue with the soil function. So that's why we talk about the issue of soil health. So a healthy soil is a soil which can be able to deliver all the required functions which relate to food production, because we are in agricultural industry now.
The National Soil Health Card Scheme will provide soil fertility data for each farm. It is expected to have the following features: farmers' information, soil sample information, soil test result, fertilizer recommendation, land and water management practice, crop suitability, contact information, method of fertilizer application, soil health rating, among others.
These cards also contain advisory information to farmer on fertilizer application, starting from pre-planting, when you can apply your fertilizer, the weather that you can use. Now, if you see for pre-planting, you can do that, while you are working basal application to the farm. That is, you can apply your organic matter, organic material, and work it into the soil before planting. And you can do that in any condition, whether sun. You can see that there is sunlight. So you don't need rain to do that.
Implementation strategies for the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card Scheme have also been developed. This will require active involvement of stakeholders at the national, state, and local government levels, as well as private sector entrepreneurs.
Financial assistance by federal will be in form of provision of equipment, that is AAS, atomic absorption spectrophotometer, and loud water purification system, which shall be admissible as one-time subsidy that will be shared between state and local government based on criteria outlined in 5.0 above. 4.2, timeliness. State governments to finalize selection of entrepreneurs and submission of proposal to the Director of Agri-Lands.
The immediate action spelled out in the strategy includes stakeholders' engagement and training,
finalize policy documents and regulatory guidance, advocacy on the National Soil Health Card Scheme to state and local government areas for their agreement and involvement. And that is what we are doing presently.
Welcome back. The program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, and we are bringing you highlights from the Sensitization and Validation Workshop held in Kano to introduce the soil health card in the Nigerian agricultural system to the 19 northern states and the FCT. In our next segment, Partnership for Development, we will see the commitment and opinions of other development partners and state commissioners of agriculture, among others, towards the success of the scheme. Keep watching.
Aside the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the German Agency for International Cooperation, other development partners have expressed their readiness to contribute their quota towards the success of the scheme.
This initiative will not only uplift the livelihood of our farmers, but also strengthen the nation's food security and long-term sustainability. As part of this journey, we are proud to contribute to and support this impactful initiative. We applaud the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, our farmers, and all stakeholders involved in their commitment to this cause.
The proposed action plan, focusing on balanced fertilizer application and enhanced soil fertility, aligns perfectly with our broader objectives of enhancing climate resilience and boosting agricultural productivity. I am particularly inspired by the collaborative spirit shown here, bringing together professionals, experts, and farmers to design a soil health card that meets the unique needs of Nigeria's diverse agroecological zones.
For the Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Security, Benue State, Professor Moses Obaji, the Nigeria Farmer Soil Health Card Scheme is a good innovation, and the Benue State government will ensure the success of the scheme in the state.
This is another step forward. Every soil now will have a health card so that we know the status of the soil, even before you're planting. The workshop is ongoing. In Benue State, as you know us, we are the food basket of the nation. We are producing a lot for Nigeria. So we are going to adapt whatever has been discussed here to the later to again step up our production of agriculture.
His Kaduna State counterpart, Murtala Mohammed Dabu, said the state has been collaborating with OCP Morocco to promote soil testing and mapping. He said the soil health card scheme of the federal government is a laudable initiative that every state government should embrace.
Well, the advice is that it's a very beautiful initiative. I mean, coming from the federal government, we need to embrace it, adopt it, because it will help our farmers to improve their productivity. And anything that will improve the productivity of our farmers is something that will bring prosperity to the nation and also, ensure the food security of the nation as a whole.
The Commissioner of Agriculture, Bauchi State, Professor Simon Madugu Yalaus, says the soil health card scheme is like health insurance and advised states in the northeast and other geopolitical zones to embrace it.
I would advise that each state that have not joined or are not here to also join, so that together the soil health card is like national insurance scheme for health. So this one is like national insurance scheme for the crop and for agriculture, for the soil, how we can get the database on our soil and know exactly what to apply in form of remedy or remediation and so on for improved crop production. So it's a good development.
State chairpersons of all Farmers Association of Nigeria in Adamawa, Gombe, Abuja, and Kano, among others, appreciated the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security for the initiative and pledged to take the good news to their members in their various states. They share their experiences in farming and what they have learned from the workshop. Let us hear from them in our next segment, Farmers Speak.
We have to do soil test for the need assessment before we start the cultivation. One. Second, we were told that soil testing is very, very important to the farmer. Why? Because you will know the type of soil, the location, and the type of crop that you are going to cultivate there.
Number one thing first, that planting blindly on the soil without know what is the soil has and what needs to be replenished is not profitable. That it is wise as farmers to know exactly the content of the soil we want to use in your planting.
Not even me alone, almost each and every one of us from the north, we are doing it traditionally. This is just a new modern way of farming that is coming up to us, and we believe we will take it down to, since AFAN has a structure from the national up to the world level.
The Nigeria Farmers Soil Health Card Scheme will be a game changer in reducing cost of production, job creation, enhance soil nutrient, and ensure food security. Farmers, fertilizer blenders, and other investors cannot wait for the initiative to start. Science and technology is truly a good thing, and in this case, Nigeria's agricultural sector has a lot to benefit from this initiative. Join us again, same time, same station next week for another interesting package of transforming agriculture in Nigeria. Thank you for investing your time with us. Have a pleasant night rest, and bye for now.